for the viewer that does not know anything about Bloom,
Okay.
what is Bloom to you?
What is Bloom to us?
Yes.
Okay. Bloom is a place for kids to come when they go into foster care, and new foster parents or foster parents have been around, but they can take the kids and they get to go shopping for whatever they want. So they get to get the backpack, and they get a book, and they get toiletries and toys and clothes and shoes. Anything they want, they can have it, and it's free. And I think that's real important to foster parents, because you get some kids and you just don't know what they like or what they want, and these kids get to go and pick everything they want. And I think it's a great place. And it's a great place for us to give back to the foster care system that we got them out of, right? Mm-hmm. So we donate all the time. Every time we try to get rid of something in the house, and they're always like, take it to Bloom. Mm-hmm. So we go there almost every day now and donate. So, and they refurbish bikes for kids, and some of these kids have never been on a bike. And never owned their own pair of shoes, and never owned their own clothes. They've always had hand-me-downs. So I think it's important. I think Bloom is really important, and the people there are fantastic. Super nice people. So yeah.
What did you think it was like, or what is it like fostering kids and not having companies to kind of partner with? Because I know you probably didn't have
we
that
didn't have anything
at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had this big heart to want to take in kids. Mm-hmm. And can you kind of walk us through a little bit about how you even came to foster and what that experience was like?
Well, I'm actually
as parents?
I was adopted when I was young, so adoption was very important to us. So when we got married, we decided that we wanted to foster and adopt because we wanted to help other kids like I was helped. So we started fostering, and I think we got the call on your 40th birthday, and we got a 1, 2, and 3-year-old sibling group, and we had nothing. We didn't know what to do. We had nobody support us. They literally drop them off at your house and go, good luck. And they walk out the door and you're like, wait a minute. So it would have been nice to be able to call somebody like Bloom and say, hey, we got these 3 kids. We're going to need some stuff for them. Can we come over and let them shop? And 12 years ago, that wasn't around. At least we didn't know about it,
Yeah, and part of it is you get 0 warning. And so you're kind of there. You think you have your room set up, and you have, in our case, we had signed up for 0 to 8, and we had a little bit for every age group, but you never know what you're gonna get.
You don't know what they like. You don't know what their style is or anything like that. So for the kids to be able to go and pick, and somebody to help you is.
And our first
amazing.
3 didn't speak a word of English.
Wow.
So that was when the ice storm was. So we got stuck in the house, and we basically got stuck with whatever we had at the time. So resources are very important in partnerships when it comes to foster care, because you find out when you foster and you adopt that family is not blood. Family is what you make of it. It's community, right? You have a lot of aunts and uncles that are no way related blood by blood, but it's those people who support. He's very comfortable. So, and the good thing is I think being from foster care and being adopted is my kids are very much into, we rescue animals. We actually volunteer at the animal shelter, and it gives them that compassion to give them back. And so when we found out the Bloom was around the corner and what they did, they just loved giving back. So, and I think that's very important. So I think Bloom just gives you a start.
And I can see that it's a peaceful household.
It is a very
peaceful,
yes.
And that's good. Because oftentimes the situation is people are in a survival mentality, and it's in such a survival mode that you can't really think about just living.
Right.
So being able to have that environment where you can just lay your head down and be able to just, okay, I don't have to worry about when my next meal is. I can just sit down and I can really think through what exactly I can do next.
Right.
Whether it's career wise or just next day.
Right.
What do you do in school? What that kind of stuff. Now how long have you all been with Bloom?
We've been donating to Bloom for years since they moved into that new building across the
probably
street.
4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We've been donating a lot to them, so
And what you find surprisingly with the system is they are so strapped for people, and there's so many cases that there's not a lot of, I don't want to say compassion with the social workers, but they are so busy that they can't get involved. And what you find is the community of foster parents bands together.
Very type of foster parents.
And so you end up meeting people when you go to orientation, you go to the classes, and you form bonds, and they become, even if they don't have kids in placement, because they're licensed and approved, you have a babysitting resource. And the kids begin to feel comfortable with this whole sort of organic community that sprouts that's not part of the system.
Right.
And so having an organization like Bloom that becomes part of that communal effort, it makes all the difference in the world.
And I think fostering through Bloom is a fantastic thing too. They do the fostering too, and I think more people need to understand that fostering a kid is so needed in this world, and I don't think enough people I don't want to say donate their time, but they don't participate because they don't really know. They don't know what you get out of it.
Right.
And we're living proof. Look what we got out of it. I mean, they drive me crazy, but I love them to death. And I wouldn't know my world without these 3 kids. And the only reason I got them is because we went through foster care.
That's good.
And again, they were, again, our 6th, 7th, and 8th, so we had 6 before them. And we love every one of them. Every one that we no longer foster, their birthdays are on our calendar, everything. Sometimes you can keep in contact, sometimes you can't, but they're always in our thoughts. They're on our wall. They're a part of our family, whether we kept them or not. So, but I mean, this is the blessing you get from doing something like that, and I don't think enough people know about it. So Bloom is fantastic in getting the word out. So, and I think more people need to support their efforts. So.
All right.
Do you want to tell us anything more about the things that you guys do? Because I know you're very much involved in animal rescue too, and you're such an amazing family that I feel that people should know about who you are.
Well, we do rescue. We started rescuing senior hospice dogs. So if any dog that's older and nobody wants and has been abused and is dying, they come spend their last time with us. So we've had some that's lasted 3 weeks and some that's lasted a year. These are 2 of the ones we currently have. We have a few, but it teaches compassion, and that's it's kind of like fostering. It's just the same thing with dogs. You got to have compassion because they just need love, as you can see. they just need a lap to lay on and just feel comfortable, and like you said, put their head down and feel it's okay. You're gonna get a meal and you're gonna be okay. So but that's what we do. So we volunteer, we rescue everything. I'm the person who stops on the road and gets the turtle out the road and stuff. So, and I think we're all like that. We try to rescue a lot, right? So they kind of want to rescue too much sometimes. So can't bring them all home. But yeah. You have anything I want to say? You don't have anything?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. What about you? What do you think it's like being adopted? Is it cool? Why is it cool?
It's cool because I have a place to be, and I have people who love me and my family.
That's good.
Yeah. And what do you tell people about adoption? When they say stuff to you?
My mom got to choose me.
Yes. She's chosen. They're all chosen, and this is a family put together by God. God has His hands in this one, so. And we're very blessed daily, and we blessed for the opportunity to be able to rescue animals now since our family is pretty solid. So.
And the good thing is you'll be able to take this as life lessons, you know, because these things that you're learning now will be able to apply basically for the rest of your life, you know. So don't take these moments for granted. Enjoy them. You know, because it only happens once.
It only happens once. But I mean, I just think that especially when you get kids out of foster care and adoption, that you're raising kids who have that sense of empathy and compassion for others. that a lot of kids don't have, and they educate their friends all the time, especially being a multicultural family. I think we've proven it doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like. It's all about the love in the house, right?